Alright, how's it going? We are starting a little bit earlier tonight. It's not specifically for any particular reason, but kind of hoping to move the start time for these streams up a little bit. Especially since it's like winter and it's like dark at like 2 o'clock. Whatever, it's dark now. Like, it's kind of insane just thinking about like a couple months ago how it wasn't. Which it happens every single year. It gets dark in the winter, like early. I don't feel like doing anything, and we might at least for the winter push these streams up a little bit. I'm kind of hesitant to do it because I've said before, the reason that I started late was because for a while I was afraid there was going to be like things happening earlier, but I mean, if something happens, I can always push it back, right? It's kind of the same thought. Probably be pushing them back far less than I'd be moving them up. I don't know, but just a thought. Just thinking out loud. And if somebody wants to like leave their thoughts about that, is later better for you? Is earlier better? Is one of them worse? Let me know, because that will influence my decision. Might not listen to it completely, but I'll certainly take it into consideration. Yeah, before I was starting this, I was doing some grocery shopping online because I need groceries, I guess. There's stuff on sale, and I wanted to get it. And I noticed they have a $13 movie reward. I was looking into that because I like movies, but I have not been to a movie. I've not like rented a movie in a long time. I don't watch TV. I don't know why I'm like, I saw this movie thing and I was like, ooh, I better get it. But I was. I mean, you showed me a deal, and I'm into it. That doesn't matter if it's a good deal. Just give me a deal and I'm happy. That's why I like all these junk stores and such. But anyway, game. Hello? There it is. Partly why I did want to do this earlier was because I feel like we're getting close to the end. So for some reason I have it in my head like New Year's is the end of the game, but I've not read anything like about this game. I still don't know what happens with it. The only thing I saw was like how long to beat said 11 hours, and currently Steam says 9 hours, I think. So it's possible we finish it tonight. Oh no, it says 11 hours. It says total 11.4 hours. So wait, it said 9 hours. Or is that this week? You've played for 11 hours. Huh. That must have been last time. Must have been on Friday when I saw that. Anyway. Where did I save the game? Is it this? Is it this? Let's just go with it. Yeah, because we need $10,000 or you'll be evicted. Don't think that's happening. I think Joel's getting evicted. I'm gonna be sad, but we'll see what happens. Wait, I was supposed to buy something too, wasn't I? Maneki Nekos. I mean, I'll buy them. I don't know what this. There it is. I don't know if it like actually affects anything or not. I know we saw that like ghost or whatever lady before. I don't know if she's like some kind of, if she's actually a ghost or she's some kind of like cybernetic vision thing or whatever. But maybe that's like related. That bar called Valhalla. Is it any good? I need a place to unwind after work. Everyone is in need. This is cool, but the bartender can be a bit of a dick. I can take it if she's cute. She's cute, but I think she's a bit full of herself. The guy seems a bit more of a bro. Why are all these threads closed? Like, who keeps closing threads? Like, on most forums that I've been to, they don't close threads. Of course, this has been like ages ago. I don't know what forums I would have been to recently, but they. Yeah, I'm full of myself. You are. Yeah, they just leave them open, and then somebody replies to something 6 months later, and then they get mad, and then they close it. It's like, no, you started a new conversation. They're like, we'll start a new thread. Well, then close the old one. Whatever. Yick. The final remaster. It's supposed to be like, isn't there a game called like? I don't know how you pronounce it. Just. Yes. Isu. That's how it's said in Japanese, according to Wikipedia. East. I feel like I was interested in it at one point because I knew people who were into it. Anyway, I don't know if that's like what this is or not. Was my point. I'm not going to talk about a game I've not played and I don't know anything about. I'll talk about this game, which is a game I am playing and don't know anything about. A full chart including lifetime sales. Hatsune Miku. Sting's face. Is that like... Okay. Water Pro G Wrestling. This is the third final this year. Yep. Sting's face. I like that. A lot of remasters are like... Woman marries anime pillow. Nobody's actually surprised. There is a guy that married a DS game, wasn't there? Which was incredibly creepy. I don't know if it was just like a publicity thing or if he like actually wanted to marry them, like if it was just like haha for funnies, and then everybody's like, yeah, it's man marries DS game. Yeah, here it is. It's on CNN. Install Flash Player, it tells me. Nice. What's the game? Love Plus. Yeah, that's the one. It says it's a Tokyo guy, but I thought it wasn't actually a Japanese person. I thought it was like, oh, I thought it was like somebody not from Japan. I don't know who I thought it was. Now that I say that, but I thought it was like somebody closer to America, like one of the Caribbean islands for some reason. I don't know why I have that in my head, but that doesn't sound right. But that's what the article says. Anyway, wacky stuff like this made a lot of headlines, but even though I'm reporting on it, can't help but think how mundane it's become. We live in a world where you can just plug into the internet and live there for as long as your wallet can afford related fees. Lots of people get married in these virtual spaces. Yeah, I don't quite understand that. How you would like, I can understand having like a long distance relationship, but at some point I think you have to actually be physically with the person, not like the weird way, the weird sex way this game's gonna like make it become, but just like actually being around them, because being around somebody for a long time is a lot different than just like talking to them online. And like even if you're like friends with them or like coworkers, you gotta like hang out with them, because that's gonna be a lot different than everything. So yeah, pillow has some form of intelligence. It might be somewhat different. What is this? Plain generic anime hug pillow. Yeah, it sounds boring. Even though space was imagined as the promised land, a place where humanity would start over, it looks like we're about to repeat our mistakes from the past. The first space colony is in talks to develop its own privately owned army. Interesting. I mean, it's probably all just like rich people in space, but that's fine. They can be in space. Anyway, good work. Given in. Not to get firecrackers for the New Year's thing. Yeah, you need some. Everybody wouldn't firecracker scare off the dogs. Yes, good idea. I mean, people around here, they run outside and they shoot their guns because it's a woodsy area. Everybody's a hunter, so they run outside and they shoot their guns. Same thing, which is why I don't bother going to sleep, like, until after New Year's. Like, I'm incredibly boring, I guess. I used to stay up and you know, do all that stuff, but as the years have gone on, there's been less hangouts and all that stuff, and now it's just kind of like, why would I stay up if I'm tired? I'll just go to bed. I think last year I was sitting here in this exact spot when it became New Year's, because nobody was doing anything. Like normally my oldest brother, because I have two brothers, my oldest brother, he would invite people over for something, but I don't think he even did anything. So, because I didn't hear anything at the very least, doesn't mean he didn't do anything. I just wasn't invited, I guess. Yeah. Even for a cat lover, you sure get excited about firecrackers a whole lot more than dogs are involved. I know how hypocritical it sounds, and I don't care. Jamie's here. Oh, he just like flashed on and flashed away. Just leave it how it is. Time to mix drinks and change lives. The guy that wouldn't come back twice. Yeah, shut up. By any chance, did something fly over here 2 weeks ago? On Friday? Yes. There were lots of weird explosion noises throughout the night. But as far as I understand, those were made by a flying drone or something like that. So it flew by here. Take it you know what made the noise. Let's just keep it at whatever drone story you heard. Right. Noise got annoying after a while, I must say. So it remained in the vicinity? Yeah. So it remained in the vicinity. I don't know what counts as in the vicinity, but yeah. Distant explosions all night. Interesting. So it didn't get far away. Now, get me a Mars Blast. Sure. It's not a bee drink. It's gotta be blended. Wait, is that right? It's not right. 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. Okay. There it is. There you go. Well, you didn't mess up. Sorry, if I may interject. Looking for a fight? Most certainly not. You really think you'd stand a chance? You're like half his size. I can fight dirty. He kills people for a living. I can fight dirty. Jill, please. Make me sound like a savage. Be like me saying that you get people drunk for a living. It's not wrong, but there are better ways of saying stuff like that. You're right, sorry. Like I said, I'm not looking for a fight. I just noticed you seemed like strong drinks. What about it? Well, to be honest, it's a rare sight in this bar. I'd even come to believe I'm the only one here who enjoys them, aside from the owner. May I suggest you try a suplex next time? It might be to your liking. Okay, let's try this suplex thing. I like that. He's being friendly. I like Jamie. There. Good stuff. Like a less burning but punchier pile driver. Say, your face looks somehow familiar, Mr. Call me Jamie. And you are... Everybody, like, recognizes each other. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. They're all in the same area. It would make sense that you'd recognize people, but Everybody's all like, do I know you? No, I don't. Maybe it'll come to a head at some point. Maybe not. Maybe when I needed to look for a specific file at, Did you perhaps go through a nanomachine expunge? I did, actually. I figured as much. Only a handful of people do that. Almost all of them are people with nanomachine rejection and feel oddly suicidal. So why go through the whole thing? Rejection? Need to hide something? Second one. It's easy to remain undetected when they have no means to track you or your activity. How does the expunge work? You lie in a pressure chamber and they give you a special IV solution. It causes nanomachine rejection while giving you the antibodies needed to prevent them from getting back in. For 5 hours, you're trapped in a bed with while a horrible pressure builds up in your body, and nanomachines are forced out. That sounds awful. I mean, he said it sounds awful, so, or it was awful. So, yeah, I guess that's why it sounds awful, because he said it's bad. But yeah, pressure in your body, like little needles all over your body. Yeah, feel them in your eyes and in your gums and your toes, everywhere. And after all that, they need to implant you with a mechanism that constantly releases the same antibodies. What are you having, Jamie? This is a gut punch. Yeah, I should have figured. Hey, give me one of those. Sure. We can do that. This guy's ordering a lot of drinks. I should put this in, shouldn't I? There. Yeah, I love these. Looks different from yours, though. I had a couple extras in his, actually. So here's an antibody unit they stuck with you. Inside, like all other maintenance systems, it can be troublesome at times, but the perks of not having nanomachines in the body outweigh the cons. And the rest of the enhancements, were you reconstructed, or have you been adding them over time? Over time, either by getting a much-needed enhancement, or through fixing injuries. I would imagine, like, this eye thing is not him, like, necessarily saying, oh, I want a better eye, because, you know, why wouldn't you do both? It's probably, like, something happened to his eye, and he's fixing it, is what I would imagine. Well, it was a pleasure, Jamie, but I gotta leave. Nice meeting you, Ingram. Please come again. Don't count on it. You said that twice. Seemed like a nice guy. Right. I won't call him a bastard, but he's not the nicest in the bunch. Maybe you caught him on a bad day. Nah, I think you're just that good at bringing out the nice side of people. Oddly enough. That tires the hell out of me. Someone's in a good mood. Give me a bad touch. That way you'll be in a good mood too. Okay. A B drink. I should get my glasses on because I'm reading. I always forget to wear my glasses when I'm at the computer. Especially when I'm working. Which is staring at a computer all day. Prop mix. There we go. You have such a petty sense of humor. Guilty as charged. This will put you in a good mood. Oh yeah, that. Today, my sister is supposed to be in court for all the custody proceedings. Of course, not only does she show up later than her husband, and drunk at that, but also dressed like she got fucked in the back of a parking lot. Okay. And to top it all off, she forgot to bring her kids. Luckily, my parents brought them to court. The judge assigned the kids to my parents for the time being. So she really messed it up, huh? When they came back to the house and Diana started throwing a temper tantrum, she said it was lucky her husband didn't get the kids because the angst would make her jump onto the highway. What? Oh. So Eva comes and says, "To make sure it kills you because we aren't dealing with you as a cripple." Wow. I shouldn't reinforce that behavior, but okay. Well, maybe it was the timing, but been laughing for an hour now. You hold quite the animosity for Diana, don't you? She and I used to be the closest friends when I was 7 or 8. We played all the time. We even slept on the same bed for a while. Then she turned into a teen. Stopped playing. She had other things she wanted to do. I can forgive all that, I mean the age difference and all. There's something in particular I can't forgive. It was the day She invited her friends to the house and went to ask her something. I was leaving, one of her friends asked if I was her sister, and she said she had no little sisters. Wow, yeah. I was gonna say, I used to, like, I would say be friends with my closest sibling, my brother, and my older sister at the time. And then yeah, like you turn into a teenager, or they turn into a teenager, and kind of like drift off and do other things. Because you don't want to like necessarily hang out with a child, which I understand. But yeah, nothing that bad. Like I said, we still talk every once in a while at family things, not in general. But yeah, this is I don't like hearing about like people who have bad family relationships, like, you know, parents, siblings. I know it happened, but it seems wrong to me. I mean, and it probably is wrong. I'm sure people who have bad family relationships aren't like, yeah, it's great, but yeah, I don't like it. I think that was the moment I finally broke the pedestal I held her on. I admired her as much as a kid could admire someone, you know? Little by little, that admiration wore off until we finally reached that breaking point. I felt betrayed. You haven't been able to forgive her after 40 years? Hey, it's not that I still hold a grudge against her, but rather, the Diana who said all those things so many years ago is the same Diana I know today. How so? She hasn't matured one bit. She's still as selfish, childish, and immature as she was back then. When you see her, you don't see an adult. You see an overgrown, horny teen. And aside from destroying any admiration I held for her, she's made sure not to fix that impression. Enough about me. How are you? Everything's fine, aside from this note. Remember how I told you I lashed out at my dead ex's sister? Yeah. Got this note from her. Let's see. Wow, she must feel real bad about the whole thing. I mean, yeah, I was gonna say she should, and so should Jill, yeah. So what's the problem then? Same fear that drove me away from her in the first place. Right. Give me a Brandtini, will you? There's a little story I want to tell you. A Brandtini, a bee drink. It's all bees. There we go. I'm always like very intensely quiet when I mix those. This is the thing. Let's start. Oh, it's the ghost child. This is the story of a girl who grew disillusioned with one of her sisters. Soon it became animosity, and not long after that, she distanced herself completely from said sister. With time, the girl would become attached to her eldest sister, looking up to her achievements. Okay, Anna. Said sister would even marry the girl's best friend not soon after. And after the girl went into college, said sister would quit her job. The sister was worried sick about leaving her baby kid alone, prompting her to quit her high-ranking job. What if I hire your high-ranking lips? Okay. The girl, even as an adult, felt betrayed. Her role model, sister, went against everything she held her in high esteem for. She was no longer a child, and yet she felt like a part of her had crumbled. What? Why would you do that? Alright, enough. Shit. Oh, there she goes. I mean... Another girl is you, and the sister is your eldest sister. Please get to the point. Right. Point is, if you don't face her, she'll be heavily disappointed. She's trying to make amends with you. That must take courage. Lots of it. Yeah, you're right. Nostra, can I get a beer? Okay. Another bee drink. Got a bad touch, a Brandtini, and a beer. Now, I understand most of the drinks are bee drinks, but I'll say it every single time. Like, why is it always bee though? So tell me, did you and this Gabby girl get along? Oh yeah. Never had brothers and sisters, but once Lenore introduced me to her as her sister-in-law, she got so excited about having a new sister that she clung to me a lot. Helped her in her studies, read books with her, played with her a lot. She's pretty much my sister too. So yeah, I have to leave, but I'll tell you this. We're both a big and little sister. If you don't grant that girl a chance of talking to you, I'll never forgive you. Well, there's a small New Year's party on Saturday if you're interested. Oh, sure, I'll be here. Remember, won't forgive you. Break time already. We're quite absorbed in the conversation just now. Jamie even said goodbye to you. Didn't you hear? Yeah, see that girl showing up is what I think like the distracted thing would be, but she's showing up anyway, so I don't know if there's a way to like make her stop showing up, because she hasn't shown up until recently. Like, she showed up at the start, I think. I didn't recognize her when she appeared, but yeah. It's less chilly today. I don't like this song. Let's change these around. What's the one I like? Every Day is Night? Yeah. I don't think this is the song that I... Oh, no, it's not, because it's this song for some reason. Jill, the kid's looking for you. Oh, shit. Ah, Norma. I'm not giving you... You do know I'm not giving you any drinks, right? Yeah, I'm actually wanted to thank you. She thought it was for her. Well, for starters, by not complying and giving me alcohol, everything else would have fallen apart if I had some. And I kind of faced my mom and told her all about the pressure she was putting on me. And said I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do. And, well, she didn't speak to me for 2 days. After that, she told me it'd be a waste to spend money in a university just for me to not give it my all. So she told me to still go to the college course, but I was free to explore. Glad to hear that. Well, I wanted to thank you for that. If I just rushed headfirst into my original plan, things would have gotten ugly. And you're right. I'd be hurting her for the sake of hurting, so thank you. Don't worry about it. I'll leave before it's too late outside. Be careful. So sweet. Hey Jill, mind helping me here? Sure. Make a bleeding Jane, please. A bee drink. Oops. Blended. Yeah, okay. Just have to like double check everything. There you go. Hey Joe, do you hate me? Hate is a harsh word. It's not against you directly, but rather the fact that only I can see you. I've told you, if they wanted, they could see me. And why can I? You're the main character? Dunno. What are you? Yeah, what are you? No, not that. Cute girl, right. Making a lot of faces there, Jill. Yeah, just remembering stuff. Could you give me a hand here and serve a beer? Sure. Jill has a lot of time to ask for drinks. I suppose in this context it's so we're actually still making drinks, but like from a gameplay perspective, it's like, yes, sir, sure, you're still making drinks, but you're talking to this character that does not drink stuff or order stuff. Would you like enough if I showed you I can interact with the environment? Maybe it'll spook me, but let's try. Well, everything got weird. Can't see anything. Sure? Yeah, weird. Nobody expects the Dorothy Inquisition. Much better tongue. Keep on using the spare tongue so early in the night. Hey Dorothy. I'm making a quick stop for a drink. Can I get a fluffy dream? Sure. Sounds like she's happier. I don't think we served one of these, have we? Aged and mixed. Floof dream. Thanks. Oh yeah, before you leave. What, are you guys throwing a New Year's party too? Sure, I'll be here then. That was quick. Well, I've got things to do, so... You do? Who does what? Sorry, I sneezed. Weird sneezes. I mean, some people sneeze really weird. Not for now. Joe, take care of Becky, please. Who's Becky? Who's Becky? Who's what? You said. I said nothing. Okay, fuck that noise. Fireworks are sold out everywhere. I need to get them through more shady means. You can buy them from the internet. You should find them and put us all at risk of burning. Make sure there's an extra extinguisher at hand. I guess that's it for today. That was very quick. Sure, you're fine. Do you mind if I ask a silly question? See my clients, you can assume I don't mind silly questions. Silly answers can get my nerves out. Sorry, what do you want to ask? Do you know why they call them cat boomers? I mean, I guess their second set of ears look like cat ears, but the word boomer seems so out of place. Not so much when you consider it's not them, but their parents who were called such. Let's go a bit back first. Do you know why cat boomers look like that, right? No. Because they went through some anti-nanomachine rejection treatment while they were still a fetus. It's called the Yamazaki Romanova treatment. Or was it the Romaneko Yamada treatment? It's called the catification procedure. It was not only the first successful genetic treatment on a fetus, but also the first way to fight nanomachine rejection. Moreover, that research had a bit of a rocky story. Funding got caught in the middle of it at a critical point that could make or break the whole thing. Not to mention Zaibatsu Corps' record of not addressing nanomachine rejection at all. The rest of the research was funded by Maki Stingovich. Was it Stingovich? Let's call him Stingovich for now. He's a businessman whose unborn daughter got diagnosed with early nanomachine rejection. Stingovich funded the research, and in a desperate move, his wife offered herself and her daughter as test subjects. Of course, the experiment was a success. The girl, Sylvia Stingovich, didn't die. She became the living testament of a scientific breakthrough. But then, the story of how things played out for Sylvie got sensationalized in media and created a weird fad. Parents made their unborn children go through the catification procedure, even if they had no ailments at all. All because of one particular girl whose life got saved through that treatment. Became a media darling for a bit. A whole generation of kids with those cat-like protrusions got born. And their parents got called cat boomers. A generation of parents obsessed with their cat-like features. Fad quickly passed, but the term remained in use. Eventually, cat boomer just started being used for people with the protrusions instead of their parents. Keep calling them protrusions. Why is that? Because that's what they are. I mean, yeah. You didn't think those things on their heads were ears, right? Sure, they can be moved, because they're somehow connected to the facial and ear muscles. Thus they can move like a cat's and react to their mood. But in the end, they're just appendages with no real functions. I mean, an ear is a protrusion. A regular ear. It's still an ear, though. It's a protrusion. It still surprises me a bit, though, that the biggest mutation they get after the treatment is just that. Those ears are a small miracle on their own. People born with no eyes for less intrusive procedures. Really thought they were functional ears, huh? Let's see, I learned quite a bit today. Thank you. Don't worry, I feel like I should apologize for talking so much instead. Keep in mind, I'm fucking up the terms. I don't want you saying someone got protrusions because of a catification procedure. I'll keep it in mind. Wait. What? Yeah, the guy's name was Stingovich. I just remembered Sylvia Stingovich was around my age. When I was a teen, there were some TV specials featuring her. And I just remembered that I had the biggest crush on her. Now that I think about it, that crush had me very confused back then. And did you need to shout just now? In any case, I'm out for the day. Okay, that was a very quick day. Yeah, we only got we only get like 2,000 a day, about. Yep. So Jill's getting evicted. I don't know if that's like necessarily. Jill's thinking a lot about Kira Miki. Buying one of her posters will prevent her from getting too distracted. I'm gonna go ahead and buy it. It's only $300. And she's pleased with herself. She can focus at work. Surviving in Glitch City. Any tips for a new friend in one wonderful land? Don't trust a white knight and don't go out after 5 p.m. Get used to eat what you find. Get used to eat what you find. Get used to eat what you find. It's one of those sentences. It's like, yeah, I know what you're saying, but get used to eating what you find. You have to read it like, I have to read it like 10 times. Coming here was a mistake. Why would you come here anyway? Visiting family, but now I want to take them out. Can I even get some weed in this crap hole somewhere? Yeah, just pimmed you a good dealer. Nobody ever PM'd me, like, where to find weed. And now it's, like, legal. CBD. I don't know if it's legal in my state, but it's... If it's not legal in my state, it's legal in the next one over. Which is, like, right across a river. Like, it takes 5 minutes to get to the next state. I'm like, right on the border. Not that I've, you know, like I've said, I don't even drink, so why would I want weed? But nobody's, I knew people when I was in high school that that's all they would talk about. And I worked in a pizza place, and everybody else there did weed, and it's like, I still didn't know where they got it from, you know, how much it was. I still don't know anything about it. I've seen it plenty. I think I even one time got secondhand high from other people smoking weed. Because I remember, like, somebody's playing a fishing game. Like a fishing video game, and they couldn't catch the fish in the game, and for some reason I just found out like the most hilarious thing. I know weed doesn't just like make everything funny, but it made, for some reason I was like uncontrollably laughing at this guy being unable to catch a fish in a video game, and that's all I remember from that moment. Like I'm sure the rest was unremarkable, but. I'm not one to necessarily laugh at other people. That's not true. That's not true. At that point in my life, I was not necessarily one to laugh at other people, but now I probably will. BTC closing 40% of its bars. Late to the party, augmented eye. Yes. Lots of British Trademark Council. Blaming rising inflation rates and a weak currency, BTC has given the order to disband almost half of its recreational businesses in the city. Prime Minister Quincy, on the other hand, thinks BTC is just too greedy. They make a lot of money already now. Oh, they make a lot of money already, and now they're crying because they can't have more. Give me a break. Wearing socks with sandals in public is now a crime. First silly law I'm all in for. I mean, that's kind of stupid. I saw something today that said, in New York City, wearing slippers after 10 is illegal. Let me see here. I don't know if that was just like a thing that I saw. Yeah, one cannot wear slippers after 10 p.m. It's illegal to wear slippers in public past 10 p.m. in New York State. Which is what I heard. Like I said, on a dumb YouTube video. It was played for jokes, but maybe it's true. I mean, I don't wear slippers outside. Which city's Department of Public Decency has declared that wearing socks and sandals together is a punishable crime. Convicted, the guilty face 3 days in jail as punishment for using that abominable combo. What do you think? Should we wear whatever we want? I mean, I think we should wear whatever we want. I'm not gonna like what a lot of people wear, but like I said, I don't like the mismatched socks. Like that's terrible. And again, I've said it before. It's mostly like VTubers that I've seen, at least ones that I've seen, where they have like one long sock and one short sock. I hate that. I hate that. I don't think I've ever seen anybody in real life wear that, but if I did, I'd probably be upset. So yeah, but you can wear it if you want. If that's what you like, go for it. At the beginning of the century, the idea that people would rather be with robots instead of other humans was treated as a joke, but the reality is the convenience of these kinds of relationships have become immensely popular. Anyway, a 17-year-old student agrees with the general sentiment, with the general's sentiment. Just so much better than dealing with other people, you know. You can just make your own perfect partner. Have sex with a robot. I mean, sounds weird, but... But who am I to judge? Being only with Lilum can be tiring, though. Oh, Lilum. I mean, if they're like that seems okay. I'm thinking like an actual robot with like no artificial intelligence or anything. Just like, well, not even artificial intelligence. Like something with a personality. I don't know what I mean. Like I feel like everything that I say, you can be like, yeah, there's AIs out there that do that, but nah. Hey, okay, so we've got almost everything, but we're still missing a couple of things for Saturday. And so I designate you, Gillian Applegate, as the official guy who goes to buy the rest of the stuff. Applegate? I have no idea who that is. Why me? I could send Jill, but I wouldn't dare send a lady by herself. I could go with her, but I believe the bar should have at least 2 people in the vicinity at all times. You're not going to say anything, Jill? If it means not being delivery girl, I'm happy to fake helplessness. Fine, give me that list. I'll be back sometime. Something tells me you're planning something, boss. What gives you that impression? Call it a gut feeling. Did you know Gil has a crush? What? Client of his, a girl that owns a bazaar. She's been coming on in for ages, and he's only just started opening up. But he's taking steps backwards, and I'm not going to let him. He's opening up for fuck's sake. And so the errands will take him to the bazaar, I take it. That's right. Alright then, to the office I go. It's for me. This is supposed to be the first song. Gil with a crush, huh? This place. Great. Well, if it isn't Hiramiki. Hey Jill, sorry, but is there anywhere I can hide? There's an unpleasant guy on my trail. Boss, stock woman incoming. Door's open. Go ahead, door to the left. Thanks. Oh, Red Shiba's in there. Other one, that's the bathroom. What's the dog doing in the bathroom? Now, where did... Oh, it's Donovan. Whatever. Oh, the hellhole. Perfect. Hey, kid, I'll have the usual. Right. Remember me after 2 weeks. He likes the beer. He likes them big. There you go. This seems right. The paper's been a mess lately. You think with all that's happening, they'd stay and do more reports. They're all asking for vacations, and I can't afford to be understaffed. Just had to come up with some sort of reward for whoever produces the most reports. I mean, you could just say, no, we'll be understaffed. You need... somebody's gonna have to stay. That's how every place I've worked has been. You can't have, like, 10 people off when there's 15 people working. Mr. Donovan, I don't mean to sound rude, but... you know the infamy with the augmented eye with the general public, right? A shitty page that'll over-sensationalize anything and report useless things. Of course I know. Then why not try to rectify that image? To put it simply, I'm being clutched by the balls in the non-pleasant way. Zaibatsu Core and company have an eye on every publication they haven't bought yet. Report on them once and they'll find something to fine you with. Twice and you'll find your resources severely cut. Anything beyond that, in the best case scenario, is that they'll buy the damn operation to keep it quiet. I know there are more newsworthy things than whatever it is the lackeys picked out that week. If I overstep my asses on the line. Glad to see this hellhole still in one piece. The BTC has been going apeshit closing bars lately. Oh yeah, that. Yesterday they closed one that served as a key part of a drug trafficking ring. And last week they closed 3 small bars that served as illegal chicken restaurants. Not to mention, there are like 100 people who have BTC certificates but never use them. Instead, they keep those credentials around to stop police from raiding their homes or warehouses. I don't know about you, but it's obvious to me that some restructuring will begin at the BTC after this whole thing. Man, shit ran deeper than she thought. Yeah, that sounds like he knows his stuff. No news outlet talks about that. Alright, kid, let's try Moonblast now. Hey, even I have to break the routine from time to time. Yeah, exactly. I agree, you can't just have like the same thing every single time you go to a place. I know some people order, like my younger sister, like she'll order the same thing at restaurants. It's always like chicken Alfredo or chicken strips, and that's it. But you got to order something different every once in a while. Maybe chicken salad. It's always chicken something. I mean, it's fine if that's what you like, but you know, yeah, you got to mix it up every once in a while. Blended. There you go. Now let's see what the ruckus is about. What brought you here? Oh, right. Didn't you see a woman come in here? Blue hair, big breasts. She's the one from the Encore concert coming up. Not really. Did she jump to the roof then? Why were you looking for her? Did you want an interview? Not really. Just hitting on her. Okay. Hey, I said hitting on her, not hitting her. Something. I mean, that's still bad. Kind of. I mean, if you're following her into a bar, that's bad. That's bad, dude. Are you that bored? Don't you have, like, a family or something? Have you seen that girl? Hot ass tits. Also, hot ass and tits. I'm suffering the weirdest combo of being hard as fuck and curious as shit right now. Want to know just how the... Okay. King class Chia models are. And so you followed her here. I've yet to meet a woman that can resist the charms of Donovan D. Dawson. In front of one, and I'm guessing you have quite the selective memory. Like I said, don't you have a family or something? A wife, but that woman cheats on me as much as I cheat on her. In fact, I'm pretty convinced she gets off on the thought of me cheating on her. I mean, if that's what you're into, sure, just make sure that's true. That's also something I can't, like, wrap my head around, but... Sure. So that little one isn't here, huh? I'll have to find a busty enough replacement or I'll explode. I mean, okay. After you're done glaring, please serve me a pile driver. He said please. I wonder if I should make it large, but I'll just keep it how it is. There you go. Alright. Well, seeing as she's not here, I have no reason to stay. Maybe I'll find someone that looks a bit like her. The guy left. Oh, alright. Well, thanks for sheltering me, Dana. I hope your sister likes the video. No, thank you. She seems you had a hearty talk. I mean, your boss is such a fun person. Her sister is a fan of mine, so I recorded a small video for her. Took a couple photos. That's nice. It's nothing really. She did hide me, so it's, at least I could... Yeah, exactly. It's like... Just take a... If you're a celebrity and you're hiding somebody, or somebody's hiding you, yeah, that seems like the least you can do. Mind giving me something sweet? Sure. Miss Idol wants something sweet. Blue Fairy? Piano Woman? No. Brantini has something... I like to look at my options. Moonblast is... Ooh, Sparkle Star might be nice too. Well, I'll probably stick with the Blue Fairy though. There you go. Thanks. So, do you know why Donovan was following you? I don't, but I wasn't in the mood to deal with him. His questions were a bit over the line last time too. Not the worst I've dealt with, but I just didn't want to humor him. Seems like he was just trying to come on to you. You don't say. Well, not like he'd have a chance anyways. I'm not into older guys, and I'm already committed to a relationship. You are? It's not common knowledge, and the ones that hear it try to dismiss it as rumors, but... I've been in a relationship with my producer for a while now. Ooh. With your producer? Ew. I mean, it's probably okay, but... Sounds weird. We're both single, and that kind of stuff is bound to happen when you spend so much time together. I mean, I guess that's true. But it all started when he read an entry I made in my blog about wanting to experience love and the like. He offered to help with that after he read it. I thought, sure, why not? I already knew him well enough. It wouldn't hurt to try. I mean, sure, okay. But I guess it is better with somebody you know. He's the second to mud where planning is due, but he's a sweetheart otherwise. You know, I've met 2 fans of yours lately. Really. Both of them seemed so excited when they were talking about you. It was amazing. I don't like the term fan too much. It strikes me as a bit pretentious in my opinion. I have many fans, doesn't sit so well. I like many people who like my music better. I like that. Fan evokes an uglier and more pretentious image for me. Do you like what I do, Jill? Do you like my music? To be honest, I haven't had much exposure to your work, but the few things I've heard are really good. I'm not gonna lie, having talked to you, I feel like I would support you even if I didn't like it. I like that. Hey, this will sound familiar, but do you have anything like tea? I feel like there is something that's tea-like, but I forget what it is. Champagne with cola. Sugar Rush, maybe. Okay. Bitter but girly is fine too. Okay. Sunshine Cloud, maybe. I mean, that's kind of what I was leaning towards. But, not Gut Punch, no. Sparkle Star. What did I say it was? What did I say it was? Oh, the Sunshine Cloud. Yeah, let's try that. Gotta blend it. We can do that. Here, try this. Yeah, this works. Good. Hey, you're a King Class Chia, right? That I am. May I ask you something about your model? Sure. Are there any differences between you and the DFC-72? Both serve the same purpose, but DFC-72s have the port on their heads, which makes them more versatile. While none likes that, or the resilience of the DT-Detoids. We're a tad more polished elsewhere. More specifically, our voice emulator is more advanced and our movements are smoother. Trade-off of functionality and power for appearance, you could say. I see. So, anything new for this concert? Well, it's an encore, so we're trying to make it the same for those that couldn't go to the first one. We always try to spice it up, like maybe with a surprise song or something. There was this one time I sang a cover of a song by B-Link. Of course, in return they sang Your Love is a Drug. So you know the B-Link girls? Why nice kids, you'd be surprised how different from their onstage personas they are. Susie, for example, can be really childish at times. She also laughs a lot, and loudly at that. Meanwhile, Aina is a party girl, through and through. Raphael is cool but rude. They're not on tour, she spends her time partying like crazy. Hard to believe, I mean, their image is that of stoic girls with little expression, almost like living Victorian dolls or something. Well, they wanted to pop out in public. They once told me, if we want people to notice us, we have to break the cutesy idol concept. And so they took the opposite route, by becoming cool beauties with melancholic songs. I wouldn't say they went the opposite way. Opposite of cutesy idols would be unkempt, tone-deaf girls spewing vitriol and hate. True, I guess. Well, I gotta go, but let's have a Sparkle Star first. Okay. I like it when they just know what they want. Sparkling. Oh, it's always a pleasure, Jill. Please come again. Will do. Oh, the handsome bartender. Nice to see you. Moss goes back. Alright, break time. Let's save. Here. Why there? Don't know. But that's where we're saving. Get yourself buy oil for that door. Alright then. You're in my spot. Please. Oh, sorry. Also, you're cleaning one of the boss's chicken buckets. Did boss ask you to do that? If I told you she did, would you believe me? Without a doubt. Let's go with that then. Right. Stella. Yeah, I never like really registered her cat ears. Stella, what can I get you? I'll go with a bleeding Jane today. Alrighty. We can do that. I like Stella. There you go. Thank you. What brought you here today? Waiting for Say? Came by myself, actually. Was in the area and stopped to say hi. Oh. It's pretty interesting, though. When I first saw you, I doubted you'd ever come here again. Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. Also clean, really clean. Gil is the one you can know that to. The guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. If you ever need cleaning staff, he's a nice pick. Really. He's a bit out of it today, though. Hey Jill, have you heard of the new gold rush in the city? You have not. Everyone is paying small fortunes to get their hands on pieces of white knight suits. I think I heard or read something about that, but I'm having doubts, so probably not. In any case, how's it a gold rush? Well, the tech behind the suits was always safely guarded, but after the events at the bank... After the events at the bank, the suits were remotely shut down, breaking many of them in the process. Many units dropped their armor right there and fled while the lynchings went on. Any white knights still stuck in their suit had to take the armor off manually to run away. It all happened in the middle of the lynchings, so they'd be sitting ducks if they didn't. Some weren't that lucky. They got beaten up while they weren't able to move. So, between the suits becoming glorified paperweights and many white knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk lying around. But the whole scientific community is rejoicing. They're on a race to reverse engineer the suits and take as much technology as possible from them. And of course, even single pieces of the armor fetch high prices nowadays. Could anyone see any profit from that research to justify those expenses? It's new tech. A whole new field ripe with patents, just open for many. So I'd say yeah. I mean, the BTC is literally a conglomerate built upon the patents and trademarks. I can see how. There's one weird case, though. There's this guy named Jack. He's the captain of a very unique Blitzkrieg Corps unit. Captain Jack. Guy had a really small unit, 5 people, including himself. The aesthetics of his unit's armor was heavily modified to the point that they looked like a squad of henshin heroes. Yeah, what is that? They looked really gaudy. But it turned out that the guy actually broke through the software and disabled the remote switch. He has one of the few, if not the only, suits of armor with the OS intact. To say they're among the most wanted people would be an understatement. You know a lot about this. It's interesting, the amount of things you hear when dealing with drunk people of all kinds in the same place. It also helps to put on a front that makes people lower their guard. That should sound familiar to you. True. Wait. Here's a freebie. Fun fact. Failsafe was originally going to involve the armor blowing up and leaving no traces, but regulations and laws didn't allow that kind of technology near civilians. Even Zaibatsu Corps has its limits, huh? People love to demonize Zaibatsu, because let's face it, they're far from innocent. But they're not evil overlords, they're just greedy. Just a big corporation. They just so happen to have control over what tantamounts to a city-state. The corporations will naturally resort to draconian methods. I've heard horror stories from people outside the city about trying to use product placement. If you so much as hold a bottle the wrong way, or get in the way of a logo, you'll be in for lots of trouble. Let's not start with theme parks or the like. Those are dystopias of their own. Then again, most of the demonization is due to Quincy being such a clown. He has no power anyways. He's just a front that whatever council behind Zaibatsu Corps chose. He makes a fool of himself. The intention is taken away from whatever it is that Zaibatsu Corps is actually doing. Oh, yeah. So what you're saying is that Glitch City is basically a huge theme park. I've called the White Knight glorified mall security in the past, so yeah. No, seriously, and what? Get a Brandtini here, please. Sure. Brandtini, the bee drink. I'm like half tempted to go back and just like see all the bees. Or how many times bee drinks were ordered. Maybe somebody else has like already done that. Anyway, there you go. So I take it you're in a good mood today. Does it show? A bit. Yeah, well, I managed to nab a couple tickets for the Kira Miki concert. Nice. Alright, as it turns out, she was just here. Again? Again? Can't believe I just missed her. I was surprised too. I was more surprised she remembered my name though. And like last time, she is quite the graceful client. Man, so these rumors about her being really nice in person were actually true? Amazing. I mean, you always want that famous person to be nice in real life, true. But having such a backing to that claim, to hear that she's so nice to everyone. It's nice to hear, you know? In fact, many think that's what made her so famous so quickly. How she's down to earth and totally accessible, making her someone everyone wants to root for. Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't want to feel like you're supporting crappy people. Although, to be honest, I've never put much thought into that one. Hell, half the time I have no idea who made what I use, nor do I care much. Being a nice person will take you far, though, will it? My daddy always insisted that being ruthless in the boardroom doesn't mean being an ass. I guess that's true. Yeah, you can be ruthless and not an asshole. He has actually managed to get certain contracts over other more powerful people. All thanks to being a nice guy overall. Sounds like good advice. More importantly, Daddy? You really believe me saying that she was just here that easily? You're not the kind to lie about stuff like that, so sure. Thanks, I guess. That said, can you get to the concert so easily? What about security and the like? My dad always has a unit keeping an eye on me from a distance. And you'd be surprised at how easily I can disguise myself with just a different hairdo and a cap. I wonder if I could get in the disabled line with say in her wounds. Although she'll probably nag me about how she doesn't need it, and we shouldn't abuse that. Yeah. Give me a classic drink. Something classic. Not classy, classic. Frothy water? Probably not. What did she get before? She got a Brandtini, sweet, classy, heavy, and a Bleeding Jane. So they're different, so. Well, we already gave her Bleeding Jane. Maybe not a beer. Let's try the frothy water. See what she thinks about this. Probably not like it. Thank you. You have many servants around the house, Stella? I do, but they've been with us for so long, they're pretty much family. My dad has always said that if you earn someone's trust, they'll gleefully work for you, and everyone wins. We even had a young gardener that left to study engineering, and he actually came back. He still comes by every weekend to tend to plants. That sounds nice. Let me know if you're ever in need of a job. Might find you something. Thanks for the offer. Wait. Just realized something's off with the whole tech gold rush story. What would it be? Wouldn't all that tech be patented anyways? I get trying to crack it in the first place, but that would be true if the tech was patented in the first place. It isn't. So I've to have been so paranoid about making the White Knights untouchable that they never patented anything. Patent would be in the database that someone could hack and retrieve valuable info from. True. Not to mention they've been using tech from other companies without any authorization. No patent registry in their right mind would approve of that global shutdown signal. Let alone how it immobilized everyone still inside of those suits. So the ones that were upholding the law did so using suits that are all, by all means, illegal. The irony runs deep, what you say. I mean, it's... No comment. Why do it, though? When you have so much money, you start thinking you can screw around with the rules. All that power makes you think you're above every law there is. In the city is what happens when those with money start making the rules. I'm curious, though. Have you ever covered up any fuck-ups by using money? I think we've all done things we're not too proud of at some point in our lives. I mean, I'm sure she has. Well, Jill, gotta go. Always a pleasure. Alma, again. No hello? You're pretty insistent on that one, aren't you? It's basic courtesy, something I will fight to uphold. First, the greeting stops, then saying please and thanks stops, and before you know it, boom, total anarchy. We're exaggerating. In fact, I'll go through that door again, and I expect you to properly greet me this time. Okay. Hello, Joel. Once upon a night dreary while I pondered weak and weary. Over a many quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping. As of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, only this and nothing more. You overdid it. You totally overdid it. Quoth the bartender, I did not. So you like poetry. I mean, I like The Raven. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people like The Raven that aren't into poetry. And that's my impression. Big Cobalt Velvet. There, have a large Cobalt Velvet. Thanks. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering about for a while. Does the name Shadowmaster 69's Chronicles ring any bells? Well, you went pale. No, the name doesn't ring any bells. May 22nd. Today my daily card readings told me that I'd meet great change thanks to an old man. My biology teacher told me I had been picked for an inter-school contest with my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the idea of auras was as revolutionary as I thought. Soon I'll bring the world into the occult science singularity. Later entries don't seem to have gone that well, though. Mentions of being laughed at, being lectured on why the essay was wrong. Jill, I made sure to delete that blog. No evidence should be left. I can think of at least 6 different sources off the top of my head that have all that stuff archived. Why? Why? It's not that bad. What do you mean it's not that bad? Don't you realize how embarrassing it all is? We've all been young. Relax. Yeah, I mean, we've all got stuff on the internet that's pretty embarrassing. It's not like you're still like that nowadays. That would be embarrassing. Exactly. Like it's who cares to an extent what you did 6 years what you did 6 years ago, 10 years ago. It's like you change. You're not doing that now. You're not still like that, right? No, give up on the whole occult stuff. Just that remembering all that stuff is. Bleh. I don't know, like the way you looked. All dressed in black with the rare accessory popping out, thanks to the colors. I mean, being into stuff isn't necessarily something to be embarrassed about, but we've all been embarrassing. It's like when you go to bed and you think of like an embarrassing thing that happened 20 years ago. And it's like, why? Who cares? Who remembers that but me? You see, you have the decency to use makeup and take care of yourself, so you have a pick. Oh, you have a fucking pick. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sins of my past? I was bored. Last Friday, had to take my mind off the whole Diana thing, so I ran a small background check on you. Simple stuff, just checking out past internet activity. Please don't run any background checks like that. I just used a search engine, you know, didn't request documents or anything. What led you to the page? You do realize your main mail account everywhere is still the one you used back then, right? Like I said, relax. You were obsessed with occultism. I wanted to kiss all the boys. I kind of almost accomplished that in middle school, which still sort of haunts me to this day. Never underestimate the lengths old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if they think you're still that girl that kissed them for fun, and they're lonely to boot. You know how things we're not too proud of as adults. Now I know how criminals feel when evidence is used against them. I have to ask though, why the 69? Because it's funny. It's supposed to be 6'9", not 69, like in reference to both the lovers and the hermit. I was convinced to admit wise choices. Jill, there's nobody that would read that as 6'9". I was 12 at the time. Even at 12, I fucking knew what a 69 was. I'm just so innocent were you back then? I mean, I was a pretty innocent kid. I don't know if I knew what 69 was at 12, but I definitely did in high school at some point. So, I mean, if I didn't at 12, it would have been like very shortly after. Yeah, because kids were talking about sex in middle school. No, I definitely knew what it was. I have no idea. Well, let's sweeten up things a bit. I'll have a sugar rush. Sure. Are they trendy now or something? I thought it was like an egg. Like having a chef make an egg. It's just like simple. And they're fine. This is the thing. Say, Alma, speaking of the past, what was your last long-term relationship like? That's sudden. Dug through my past, I've earned the right to dig through yours. Fine, fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? Romantic ones, I'm guessing. Yep. Well, I've had about 4 boyfriends who I'd describe as such, that I've introduced to my family and all. First one was in high school. Broke up with him because he cheated on me. I remember the other girl trying to pick a fight, and me just saying, keep the fucker. Second one was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he thought it'd be funny to punch me in the arm. I mean, that's kind of funny. He starts with a friendly hit, and before you know it, well, okay, that's bad. Anyways, I mean, I was thinking like a little like, not like a. The other guy I met shortly after I dropped out. He was interested in marriage, but he wanted to get married only after half a year or so of knowing him. It's too soon. Richard. Spent almost 4 years with him. Got along pretty well. We had awesome chemistry. I truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. Moreover, he wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There was a part of me that wanted to believe, even if just for a little bit, that maybe he changed his mind. I mean, I guess it's possible. But as much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. And at one point I just had to break up with him. But I'm not here to depress you. Bring me a beer. Okay. A beer. Thanks for telling me that, by the way. Don't mention it. Okay, one more question and we're even. Wow, you really are embarrassed with that blog, huh? Sure, ask away. At what age did you get those implants in your boobs? Jill, I love you, and I know you're saying that in jest. I've lived through so many rumors about me getting plastic surgery that I can't and won't take it as a joke. As such, and honoring our friendship, I'll just say this. They're real, and they're spectacular. Now ask the real question before I slap you. I'll grant you one and only one chance to call me by my full name as a compensation then. I'll gladly take your offer. It's funny that you mentioned slapping because my real question was, why did you get your hands chopped? Well, there's a couple of reasons. It'd be kind of nice to see, like, the full body thing. First is that I spent lots of time typing, and these replacements helped me avoid carpal tunnel syndrome. That'd be nice. I get crampy hands sometimes. And there's other utilities, like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. If I move my index finger, it acts like the computer's cursor. There's lots more, but there are small things that don't sound that impressive when I say it out loud. How did your family take the operation? It took it well enough, except for my mom. She freaked out for months. She even went to the hospital to ask for my hands. Don't you miss them? Sometimes, but just during emotional moments. But as luck would have it, someone else has them. Shortly before my operation, there was an accident on the highway. One of the victims was this young lady whose right hand got completely crushed. I told him to check if we were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not everyone's first choice. They can get a natural replacement. True, true. Bit of cosmetic treatment, and it could pass off for her original hand with no problem. Last I heard, we were compatible, and the family agreed to the donation. Don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine. And you didn't tell your mom about that. I didn't want her... Oh, there's her hand. I thought that was like a glove when I saw that before. I didn't like think anything of it. But I do remember seeing this hand. Didn't want her pestering poor girls. Are we cool now? Or even now? RV, you were pretty pissed about my comment regarding your boobs. Anyway, sorry, it sounded a lot less rude in my head. Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julianne once. No, you don't. Why? You just called me by my full name. Are you serious? One chance and one chance. One chance and only one chance, and you just used it up. Hey, Alma, this might be a weird tangent, but do you believe in ghosts? Not particularly, no. Oh, there was this paper I read once that was quite interesting. I propose a scenario where nanomachine clusters would leave the body after death, and then acted as a collective hive mind through residual brainwaves. The result would basically be an image not unlike a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because such nanomachine density is impossible in a body. Even 5% of the amount needed is enough to make the blood too dense for the heart. And it's not like the brainwaves are potent enough to create these reactions. Still, interesting read though. I see. Not my fault that you convince yourself you're crazy. Well, I'll leave then. See you tomorrow. Bye! What about you, Gil? For some reason, the idle girl left him like that, seems. Might have been a while. Might have been a while he was out. Might have been while he was out. You're a fan of wrestling, aren't you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so... That I am, yeah. Why? I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake? Aren't Twin Tails for little girls and teens with 8th grade syndrome? 8th grade what? When you get down to it, wrestling is as real as a soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect a legal lawsuit to be fixed with the ring, right? Sure, in my ideal world, you would solve legal problems through good old wrestling, but... Yeah. No, seriously, 8th grade what? But you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's a show, just so happens to use fights as an expression. Might as well see it as a unique form of theater. Yeah, I like that. Besides, considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not all fake. That's true. I'm not a wrestler watcher, but I had a cousin who I'd hang out with. One of the few cousins who I knew was my cousin. I could point out he was super into wrestling, so I saw lots of wrestling through him. And yeah, there's been injuries. I remember somebody like bleeding out of the skull one time. Like I don't think it was like. And I know there's been worse, but one of the few wrestling things I can remember is just somebody like bleeding because it was a head wound, and you know head wounds are worse than other wounds. I remember like they're like a masked wrestler, and they had to like take off their mask, and I don't know why that's like what I remember, but I guess because it had something to do with a mask. I like masks. Anyway, yeah, it's real stunts, so yeah. Didn't think about it that way. Sadly, I won't stand for anyone bad-mouthing wrestling. So, now I have to go and break Gil's back to make you humble. Oh, well, wait, what? Fuck, boy. 8th grade what? Anyway. We're out of money. Your rent contract is now invalid. Please vacate the place by February or discuss a renewal with your landlord. Jill couldn't pay her rent. This will distract her at work. Oh well. I mean, we'll have the money by the end of the day. You think you could be a little bit late. Anyway. Current regulations preventing loan from looking too human have been working well so far, but Glitch City's government is planning to create even more laws. So to enforce robot-like features among the loan in a bid to reduce identity theft. Okay. A great earthquake that sank large portions of the world 5 years ago also created an unexpected profession, salvage agents. Summer Aki, that sounds like somebody we know. Seeing big cities like Tokyo and places like okay. 66 American kid. Match injured after 30-minute bout. Okay. Sure. Ooh, she's got more to say. Valhalla. Oh, she's... I don't know if I want the bar to suddenly become a fan tourism hotspot. Name sounds silly and a bit hard to pronounce. Good thing it's actually called Valhalla. The funny numbers and letters are just a code. Anyway, visit this cute and small bar downtown twice after getting lost for a bit. I think the area is called Neon District. First it was a bit scary because I forgot my way back. Once I got there, I felt really safe and at home. Bartenders are a bunch of sweethearts, and the boss was such a class act. I even took a photo with her and sent a video to her little sister. Look forward to visiting again. The drinks were very tasty, even though they weren't made of real alcohol. Nice. Well, least we have till February. Gavin, Gil, are you humming Sunshine Spark? Oh, I thought you just go, Are you okay? Are you in love, maybe? Nothing of the sort. I'm fine. Right. No, seriously, did you fuck? And only get so happy after they fucked. I mean, that's not true. You totally fucked. Was it Alma? Did you have 7 minutes in heaven with her? No, I didn't. In any case, congratulations. I haven't seen you this happy since never. Today's escapades will bring us to a familiar place and... Yeah, I'm out. Oh no. Not so fast, flat bartender, if that's even your real name. What's this Hey Kids Wanna Die thing? This is like the same stuff that scrolled across before. Last time my viewership had a weird peak while I was passed out. So I'm here to find out what made people so interested. Do I have something in my face? Guy totally fucked. No doubt about it. That gleam in his eyes is unmistakable. Ah, Jill, you heard that. Isn't that the passed out girl from 2 weeks ago? I'm not here. No, sorry. I'll be back in my office then. Anyway. I'll see these two again. You are too happy and you are too mopey. What happened? I was right. That Laura girl was head over heels for him. I was right on the money. Say that girl. I'm not here. Sorry. Isn't she the one that passed out last time? Anyways. I bet he was right, and that deserves a beer. And you? I'm fine. Shouldn't have skipped October's rent to buy that Wi-Fi router dildo. What? There, woo! So the girl's actually infatuated with him. I mean, is that what the distraction is? It just like doesn't tell you what's going on down here. So you have to like actually remember what they said. And she doesn't like give you advice. That makes sense. Should have seen her screaming from the top of her lungs like she liked him. And him just standing there thinking. Just like that. In retrospect, it was a tad too cliched for my taste. Still, I knew she liked him. I was right. I was right. He doesn't seem particularly happy. He never is. Unlike your coworker. Holy shit, did he fuck? You're making it too obvious, Gil. How? That beaming face is unmistakable. The face of the guy that got something, enjoyed every moment. Back to Dildo. Like I said, he seems lost in thought. Victories like these are few and far between. Let me enjoy myself. Can I get something non-alcoholic here? That's not how you drown your sorrows, piece of scrap. I'll have a bloom light. Okay. Bloom light and something non-alcoholic. What should I make first? Okay, and now a bloom light. I don't know why this is, like, intense. I keep saying that, but it's like, wow. I gotta remember things now? Oh, piss. What did I do wrong? What's wrong with this? 4, 1, 2, 3. Aged! I missed aged. I'm just like looking down here. There we go. Here, thanks. Same. So apparently I'm distracted now. How fitting for the game. Anyway, celebrate all you want, but I'm freaking out over here. I know nothing about relationships. I have no idea what to do. Well, for starters, what do you think, Jill? Me? Her? Betty, I've seen a few of your relationships, remember? Aside from Veronica, there's Angela, Pamela, Sandra, Rita, Monica, Erica, Tina, Mary, and Jessica. Or should I say, didn't share the bed sheets. Snores like a pig, cold feet, shampoo waster, chocolate addict, too religious, fan of the rugby team, fan of the wrong rugby team, teetotaler. I don't know how you say that. That's what I am though. Here we're gonna ask
teetotaler.
Teetotaler. Okay. Thanks, Google. Choose with the mouth open. Yeah. I want to say like teetotaler, but teetotaler. It's one of those words that I've seen plenty of times. You must be quite the heartbreaker to have so many relationships in a short period of time. I mean, about piece of scrap situation. And thank you. I'm not the right person for this. Gil? He's still on fucking Cloud 9. Or is it fucking in Cloud 9? What about Sneaky Sneaky? I'll be damned. She actually hides pretty well. For starters, how do you feel about her? I don't know. I don't know her that well. How do you feel about her? How do you feel about her? How do you feel about her? You can start there. Ask her out sometime. Get to know her. Maybe she'll change her mind. Maybe you'll change yours. In the end, you'll lose nothing by... What? I'm just realizing I'm giving love advice to a Lilum. So I don't know how well it applies to you. These things are humans and all, but organs nowadays anyways. Even if that's the case, it's interesting that she felt that way towards him. Why wouldn't she? This fella's a good catch if I do say so myself. Like I said, humans and all but organs. You surely encountered a Lilum that you sometimes forget are not humans. Well, we live in weird times, but hey, only makes it more interesting. Odd going to other cities, not seeing the same integration of Lilum, though. Well, Glitch City is pretty much the cradle of social experiments by involving Lilum integration, so... Anyway. Just try to get to know her. You'll find out how you feel afterwards. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll try that. It's quite the uninspired advice, if you ask me. I mean, if it works. Anything else? Let's commemorate the occasion with a piano man and a piano woman. Okay. Piano man. And piano woman. There we go. And now we reach a stalemate. I'd normally take the piano man, but I feel there's a symbolic value in taking the woman. Why order like that then? So embarrassed. Sniff. I hate Laura. You what? She's gonna take you away from me. My piece of scrap, not hers. You're mine. Mine. Betty, you don't own me. Besides, I can't for the life of me leave you alone. I feel like the moment I let you out of my sight, you'll just crash. It's not a laughing matter. You need someone making sure you aren't kicking people. That's not normal, you know. I mean, I thought these two were together. Besides, it's not like I have something with her yet. You're right. So you won't leave me? I'd worry myself sick if I left you to your own devices, honestly. We should leave now. Oh yeah. We're holding a small New Year's party tomorrow. I don't know if you want to come. We'll come. Are you sure? We will. Fine, we'll be here, Jill. Anyway, see you then. Bye, Bill. Oh no. I told everyone that tomorrow I'd end the year with a party myself, so... Sorry. I mean, you weren't invited. Still, I can see how traffic spiked. Things can get fun here. Just like the last time, I need to show my viewers something fun. Give me something nasty. Okay. Something nasty. I know what that is. Promo drinks. How about the no. What's the one? Here we go. Let's try the Zen Star. 4 of each. There you go. This is the... Hold on. It was nasty, alright. And now it's time for me to be a nice person and give you something nice. It's the second time I'm here, so it's only natural to get your own copy of my theme song. No thank you. Don't be shy, let me give you one. Mean it, no thank you. I could use the theme song. Too late, it's already in your player. I can't. How did you do it? Magic. That's bullshit. Video editing magic. Did you just hack into the music player? Let's move on, shall we? Hey, weren't there dogs? Last time you talked about this place like it was this zany haven of sorts, but I see the same shit. Seriously, no decorations or anything like that? Good question, where are the dogs? I either haven't paid enough attention or to their arrival, or they haven't come. Idols, newspaper managers, talking dogs, and yet this is the same old bar like last time. I might see you for fake advertising, you know? Now that I think about it, maybe boss just donated money to this Sierra thing, and then tricked the dog into coming here as a part-timer for kicks. Well, anything interesting lately? I mean, it felt like I missed them. They should at least show their faces. Hello? Sorry, what did you say? I was asking if there were any new stories. This is not a newspaper, you know. Nor is it a crazy stories on demand streaming service. The line, you know it. Shut up. But I said nothing. I mean, so shut that idea up. Yeah, that. Well, last time I came here, the viewership peaked for some reason. I want to find out why. Maybe Pretty Boy over there can tell us the story of who he fucked. He's so distracted, he won't even make a retort. Amazing. Guess there's something worth saying, but I don't want to hear it. Well, Kira Miki came yesterday again. You're shitting me. Expect me to believe that she came all the way here again? Do you even have proof like the glass from last time? Well, if I may interject. You been listening, boss? 8888888. Walls are pretty thin. So. Maybe she did. I even took a pic with her. She did what? Let's see. Why? I try to make an appointment with her and she's always busy. But you sit here and she just comes waltzing over? Not fair. Hey, if I knew how the hell stuff like that happened, I'd share my secrets. Hello, fellow youngsters. I was just as baffled as you are right now. Yeah, but I bet you're not even that much of a fan anyway, are you? No. You're not wrong. Can you at least tell me how nice she was as a client? Very graceful client. Much like the last time. Really nice girl. I'm gonna give you my number. If she ever comes back, you let me know, you hear? I'm not gonna let you keep her to yourself. I really doubt she'll come back again, though. She already came twice. I'm not taking any chances. I need something to down this anger with. Give me something girly. Okay. I can do girly. How about a... Blue Fairy is pretty popular. Moonblast. Let's do Moonblast. Here. Let's just chill a bit. It's still not fair. You know, you're boring me today. You're not chatting that much, nor are you doing anything funny. Maybe the whole peak viewership thing is just you? Maybe this bar and me both had nothing to do with the spike. Maybe you're just that good. Are you hitting on me? What? I can try and get you to leave pronto. Yeah. You see Harlem girl, she's not fun. Another nuisance shows up. It's not hate. I'm not having this conversation again. So you're curious right about fuckboy partner. Want to know who it was? Do you know? Maybe, maybe not. That maybe not settles it then. Not taking any chances. Bartender, you're making lots of faces there. It's nothing really. Did the two bartenders break or something? Should I call the manager? Tech support? They're out of release, remember? Fuck. What? Who fucked? Aside from that guy, I mean. Say, you're oddly calm today. Well, I've been getting more sleep lately. That way I don't feel like if I stop speaking, I'll die. Crash is one hell of a drug. Wouldn't you know I can actually make it premium time if I do commando? Okay. But come on, I'm getting bored out of my ass here. Do something. I'm not a dog. You can't just ask me to roll over, you know. Mind if I entertain you a bit then? You can go take a break. I'll entertain the Missy here. Okay. And then, I mean, take Gil with you. I don't want him humming to the middle of the road and right into a truck's grill. Okay. Grilled Gil. Right. Alright, Gil, come with me. Yeah, I'm thinking about the rent thing a little bit, too. Because she keeps bringing it up. I guess if you're, like, perfect, like, the entire way through, you'll have enough money and you don't, like, spend money on stupid stuff, like I did. Then it'll work out, but... whatever, we'll put it there. Again, not like I'm going back. I guess if I'm doing it all over again, I'm going to start from the very, very start. No thanks, I don't smoke. Right, I got a text from Alma. Alma and Gil didn't fuck. That's a bummer. She is sending congratulations your way, though. Zara said thanks, I guess. So, who was the lucky girl? So it was a guy? I never thought you swung that way. It wasn't a guy. So it was a girl, and you did fuck. I don't feel comfortable talking about that, you know? Yeah. It'll make things easy for me, though. How so? I mean, you're pretty hard to get close to, you know? You never talk about yourself. You're talkative, so as long as it doesn't involve you directly. Teasing you is literally the only way I know to get through to you, though. You make me sound like some weird loner. You are a weird loner. Please tell me if you enjoyed the night you spent with whoever it was. I did. Good for you. Why are you humming Sunshine Stone so much, though? Well, after that idol girl come yesterday again, I looked her up. I looked up her discography. Can't stop humming or listening to them. Right. Oh god, you didn't fuck the idol girl, did you? No. Why would that be a problem, though? I don't know. Just feel weird. Well, that's that for the break. Let's go back. Gil. Keep in mind what I said about opening up more, and I mean it. That way we won't tease you so often. Listening to you say that has to be the weirdest thing I've heard this year. And it's the end of the year, so... wonder if Alma finds Gil attractive. What were you two doing back there? Fucking. Oh, so just chatting then. I like that. Holy crap, did you two really fuck? John has the faces of a man who fucked to death recently. So Gil, you're making it too obvious. Ow. What will you have today? I'll have a gut punch. It's not what she normally orders, but okay. There you go. Stop looking at me like that. Sorry. Are you okay? It's weird for you to order something like that. Yeah, I'm just trying out stuff. Did you know Lulum tongues are designed to identify food using the chemical components? Our tongues were designed with the human ones in mind. For example, the first flavors that we detect are sour and bitter, just like you guys. Check my personal specs, and apparently my sensitivity is set to 1.2235 times. That makes me hate those flavors because I feel them harder. Why all that exposition? I mean, I'd lie if I say I wasn't interested, but why? Well, after last time, I got curious and started checking how many of my systems worked in detail. For example, tips of my fingers are so sensitive to vibrations, you can make a seismograph with them. Huh. Checking that, I found out it's all based on how humans work. And that got me thinking about what you said. I mean, for my system to work, humans had to understand how they work. And after all those discoveries, they're not any more or less artificial. Why should I be? I don't know. Looking up all that suddenly made me feel real. It was the opposite of what I felt last time. I feel like I'm here right now. Glad to hear that. Alright then, let's try something sweet now. Okay. I mean, she likes a sugar rush, but let's give her a Brandini instead. Here. Ah, nice. To be honest, it's a bit surreal for me. What? We're talking to you and you're answering like any human would. You're even expressing happiness. I remember when I was a kid, I usually tried to start conversations with AIs, but after a bit they just start looping through their built-in answers, repeating the same things over and over again. Yep, that sounds like a chatbot. It always made me crash back into reality. When I think back to that, having such advanced AIs like you right here, right now, it's amazing. I don't know, it makes my inner child happy to see something she always dreamt of. It helps when I feel particularly cynical. Well, you flatter me. Besides, I've always thought about humans like nature's loom. The method might have been different, but we, too, evolved from a more simple form ages ago. Little will manage to create biological life years from now, it will all have come full circle. So what should I take from this is... You love me? Don't overdo it. Anything else? Let's go with a sugar rush. Okay. I mean, she's stuck on this, but I don't blame her. I'd be upset if I had to. If I was in her shoes. Here, even in doubt, my love for these is real. How romantic. And that go-go's blast. Don't you feel like talking a bit more with Dee Dee? Dee Dee is too much of a prick, and Go-go's tired. Besides, I want to talk with the bartenders. Oh, fuck. Well, try Jill. I'll be in my office. Cute little girl, Lilum. Chem girl. What's your name, girl? I'm Dorothy Hayes, at your service. You come here often? Are you hitting on me? Hey, Dorothy. I'm in the middle of a live stream. Do you want to participate? Sure, sounds fun. Okay, let's take a recommendation from you. What should I drink next? Sugar Rush. Okay. We can do that. There you go. Good choice. So, what are you doing in my turf? Streaming Chan. I mean, that's what she calls herself. Man, that's a tacky name. Yeah, but it's my tacky name. It's my tacky name. Actually, that's not really my name. What's your real name, then? Behind Streaming Chan's awesome mask lies the humble Nicole Chen. Humble. Why not call yourself Streaming Chen? It's funny that you mention it. You see, when I started calling myself Niku Chen. When I started, I called myself Niku Chen. I changed websites, so the name felt a bit out of place, thus it became Streaming Chen. Everyone nicknamed me Streaming Chen, though, so I just went along with it. Oh yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. At one point I was going to call myself Dolores Hayes, but then I realized the name was as subtle as a brick to the face. Anyway, I'm here because the last time I came, I ended up with greater viewer numbers than usual. So I wanted to treat my loyal audience again. Oh, I see. Well, came to the right place, especially if you're looking for some comfy fun. Funny here might seem harsh, but you just need to crack her shell. See, you just need to say the right thing at the right time. She becomes a sweetheart. Quiet, you. Don't play hard to get. You know it's true. Hey, Stream Girl. That's me. I regret asking this, but don't you have a sponsor? It's weird that it's been this long without some advertisement. I have, but you see, the contract with them expired, so Marvin, the business guy or whatever, had to make a new one. He's going to send the draft to his lawyer, as I had a couple auditions, but let's say he got too excited with my VR model, and the contract became unreadable. Ew. Yeah, so he used contract to, yep, he cut it into a pair of panties and rubbed it ew. I mean, you expect certain principles to be upheld, even in the adult VR industry, but I reported him and he got fired, but they're looking for a new business person thing. Honestly, I think paper cuts all over his dick are punishment enough. But I mean, why the contract? I don't mind it if he jacked off to an image of me, but the contract? That's money that you're soiling right there. We've gone back on the deal were it not for the owner paying me a visit and apologizing profusely. Some people seriously. Dick paper cuts. I've done enough crazy teacher fantasies to know they can be a problem. I don't think you need to have experience to understand that. I mean, that's, yes. That said, Gil's been grimacing for a full minute now. Don't mind me. Huh. You know, there's a lot of, like, eye torture and, like, dick torture and stuff that probably does, like, get to me, but hearing paper cuts on dick, that's like, that doesn't make me wince or anything, so. I don't know. Like, that's weird. That's weird. All toe stuff, like, oh yeah. Foot trauma, ew. Let's just say things that, like, are disgusting. You know, I like you, Dorothy. Why don't we celebrate with beers? My treat. Alright. 2 big beers, honey. Okay. 2 big beers. There's 1 big beer. And here's 2 big beer. Cheers. Alright, I'm not feeling my tongue or my feet. Time to get lewd. I hear lewd. Do you have any stories? Well, this will be a treat for my non-premium users. Once met a guy that insisted on doing it in a jacuzzi. He didn't mind being in the premium time, so I started setting up the cameras. And man, was it a challenge. I wasn't just going to stream over the water. I wanted some underwater action too. What'd you do with the bubbles and all? That was the least of the problems. We just turned the jets off. But then it's not a jacuzzi, it's just a hot bath. But not only did I have to make a makeshift underwater cover, I had to keep in mind the heat. Heat isn't good with cameras. Did you try chilling the cam a bit and putting it in a bag with some filling? I mean something more convoluted. We took a small cooler, opened a hole for the lens, and sealed it with plastic. I made sure things looked good through the cam and started recording. Threw in some cooling packs and sealed the fuck out of the cooler. Did it need any weight? Yep. Luckily the guy was into bodybuilding, so he used some old dumbbells. He was also ripped as fuck. That's another story. It was all a success, but it's also the last time I have sex in the jacuzzi. Blood rushing, hot water. Felt like I was dying midway through it. Thank God he decided to resume the action out of the water midway through, or I would have surely died. Maybe he noticed. At least the guy didn't burn himself. What do you mean? Last time I had sex in a jacuzzi, my body got so hot, the guy almost burned his dick. I considered investing in a cooling system, but it's so situational expensive that I'll pass. Besides, this cooling systems require too much maintenance. Wait, I think I should leave, but care to join me in escapades for the rest of the night? I plug my services at the end of the night? Sure. They didn't count me in. Got the perfect stories. Let's be on our way then. I like that they're getting along. Let's start the story. You see, there was this mega Santa. Like, seriously? Pair made in hell. At least they look like they're having fun. That method of filming underwater sounded convoluted as fuck, though. I guess it's hard to keep a cool head when you're horny. I guess that's true. Don't you just feel great? Are we in the same place? Here, Jill. What's this? Some bonus. Today I got a taste of the kind of client to deal with, and keep it up. Well, tomorrow is the big day, so get ready. That goes for both of you. I mean, now we have enough money for the rent. I mean, we could just pay it now, right? Happy New Year. May all your wishes come true in a new bountiful year filled with health and joy. Leave the closet open in case you want to hide from the noise. Oh, right. The cat. Augmented eye is down for maintenance. I want to stop the epic memeing for a while to say thank you. We couldn't answer every single thing. Can't answer so much. Blah, 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 blah. Just reading through all my nonsense in one. Too heavy-handed. Let's fill this world with badass cuties. Yeah, weird message. Anyway, let's go to work. I guess it's New Year's party time though. Oh, we're gonna see Child. Well, let's see. Gil's in the back getting everything ready. I'll go grab some food I've ordered. They only agreed to work on New Year's if I went to pick it up myself. Are you alright? I'm scared. Gabby will show up at any minute. Yeah, I mean, that's scary. Having people in your space. Relax. Everything will be alright. I can assure you of that. I just noticed her, like... Is this like a turtleneck, or is this, like, a robot part? I know this is a robot part. This doesn't match this, so... Drink something. Maybe that'll cheer you up. Maybe. I'll leave you for a bit. But keep your chin up. If you get through this, I'll give you, I don't know, a hug. Does that work? A hug? A big one. A reward after everything's said and done. Gotta go. You can do it. Right. Everything's fine. You've been avoiding this for all these years, and now it's time to face it head on. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything will be better after I talk to Gabby. The boss might even give me a hug. I'm okay. Hello, Gabby. Come in. Excuse me. Welcome to Va-11. Hey. You talk first. No, well... Some days ago, I got a letter. And even odder than getting a letter is the fact that it was from your sister. A what? My sister sent you a letter? That's the first I've heard of it. What did it say? I don't know. I never opened it. At least not until now. I figured I should read it with you. Yeah, let's do it. Let's read it. Alright then. Sorry. Just that? Yep. Isn't there anything else in the letter? Maybe on the back? It's just like your sister. Spent days worried about this letter, not wanting to open it for fear of what it might contain. I lost sleep and appetite thinking about it. And after all those worries, after all those problems, after all these years not talking to her, she sends me a letter. A fucking letter of all things. And she just says sorry? Sorry for what? For our fight? For not talking all these years? No, I'm fucking pissed. Are you laughing? Sorry, I remembered all the times my sis provoked you that way. Like the time where she gave you chocolates labeled 1, 2, and 4 during Valentine's Day. And there's no 3. You're so pissed about the lack of a 3. The time when you left an unopened beer bottle on the table. She sneakily opened it and took a sip. She didn't tell you she did it, and you were confused all day long. She always bragged she knew me like the back of her hand. The letter was supposed to piss me off like that? I guess she had all the rights to brag. Maybe she was being sincere, though. She did express to me that she was sorry on more than one occasion. She did, huh? Told me she died from localized nanomachine rejection, right? In her heart, yeah. Instead of the massive rejection that always makes the news, her case was more focused. They usually amputate or replace the part and call it a day. But organs are different. The condition made her susceptible to transplant rejections. Not to mention artificial hearts and genetic treatments were out of the question. Thing is, apparently, she suffered that since she was 18, but kept it a secret from everyone. Hell if I know why. I was angry to learn that she did it. Why didn't she tell me? Was it to avoid worrying me? Was she ashamed? What was it? Wait, how did she live so normally then? She had a serum. It shots near her heart every 3 days. Okay. Apparently, the serum burns like hell. Shot even left her a nasty mark where she had to apply them. So the thing near her left breast wasn't a birthmark. And the rejection was what ended up killing her? The nanomachine rejection is what ended up killing her, but they couldn't find what made her so vulnerable. Doctor said she might have missed a shot, or the shots made her other defenses grow weaker. The condition could have just gone nuts out of nowhere. Or maybe it was blood pressure. Maybe it was a regular heart attack and the rejection acted afterwards. They don't know. She kept it a secret from everyone, and so nobody knows. Maybe if she had told me about it, I could have helped her. Maybe she'd still be alive. Maybe she wouldn't have faced it all alone instead of just dying in her sleep. I mean, she didn't want to worry. I can understand that. Thinking about what ifs won't bring her back. I spent so much time hammering myself with what ifs after you told me she died. What if I waited to cool down a bit back then? What if I just swallowed my fears at that very moment? What if I had apologized earlier? What if I'd given a chance to the research institute thing back then? And the amount just increased threefold after I lashed out at you the other day. I only threw tenfold, not threefold. But today I realized something. Having such regrets with the dead is a hollow effort. You're alive. You're here. I can make amends with you, but I can't make amends with the dead. I can't apologize to her like I can apologize to you right now. Jill. Lenore, she's resting now. She's just resting after having that heart condition all these years. She didn't have to face it alone, though. If she only... So, let's celebrate her life and achievements. If you're to mourn, let's mourn her together. If you're to honor her, we'll do it together. Lenore's a fun-loving person. The best we can do right now is try to lighten up, even if it's only for a moment. I need to ask, though, did she really start to complain about her chest pains shortly after I left? No. She didn't get visibly worse after you left or anything. Everything was actually too sudden. She did complain about her chest pains from time to time, but that actually goes way back before you left. Back then, she thought it was just acid reflux or something. Gods, I even blamed her death on you. I was just too angry back then. Part of me just wanted to put the blame on someone or something. And you didn't deserve that. Sorry. Hey, I'm sorry too, you know. Both have things to apologize for. Don't think too much about it. I should have been more mature and not shouted at you either. So, let's just call that all water under the bridge, shall we? Are you sure? Of course I am. I like this. So how did you find me exactly? Well, have you heard of a message board called Danger You? I have, yeah. Well, truth is that I visit from time to time. And the other day I read a thread that discussed the bar. And the description of the bartender sounded just like you. Were you mad? No, not mad, more like dumbfounded. Hey Jill, can you tell me what the problem was back then? What sparked that fight? Weren't you happy with my sister? Well, Back then I didn't know what to do with myself after I graduated college. I went in and pretty much hated my last couple of years there. It's not far-fetched to think that I only tolerated being there because your sister was with me. Had she stopped supporting my studies, I would have quit right then and there. And then after graduating, I got a very good job offer that she accepted on my behalf in no time. She kept saying it was the best for me and my future, but I was livid. Why did she have to do that? I hated it. Didn't even know if I wanted to go there, but she still insisted so much, like she was forcing that burden on me. And then my became our future, and she started talking about marriage. You were going to get married? I don't think we ever took it seriously. Just something she kept mentioning. Not like we didn't think about that down the line, but she mostly teased me with it. But the thought suddenly scared the shit out of me. I loved her, but I don't think I was ready for such a commitment, especially considering what she did. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wasn't going to let her decide such a big thing for me. I mean, she could be really pushy from time to time. Like I said, I pretty much passed college thanks to being with her. That was partly because she was so pushy. Even if she had the best intentions, she could be abrasive from time to time. And it rained down on me at that moment. She took it upon herself to make that choice for me. What would have stopped her once we gotten married? What if she suddenly decided to craft my life to her needs after marriage? I knew her. She would do it thinking it was best for me, but what about my freedom? My say on the matter? So that's where you stopped loving Lenore? No. I never stopped loving her, which is why it hurt so much. But you have to understand, I didn't want to wake up 40 years old and working a job I hate. Just out of routine, getting used to it. Wanted to break from everything for a while, put my thoughts in order, regroup myself, think carefully about what to do next. I can understand. I sometimes felt the same, although I'm not even in college. So that's what led you two to fighting, huh? You know, the word fight makes it sound like we exchanged blows or something. It's all silly when I think back to it. Tragically silly. Maybe I was the one who started the fight, getting all defensive about not wanting to take that offer. Perhaps if I didn't overreact to her arguments about wasting this huge opportunity, maybe she wouldn't have lashed out at me this bad. Could have been avoided if I just kept cool head and talked about that with her. My sister said something like that. Huh? Told you she mentioned on more than one occasion how sorry she was about the whole thing, right? Should have listened to her in the end, but instead I kept pushing her. Should have kept a cool head instead of letting my jealousy take the best of me. It was her offer, not mine. Should have stopped projecting myself onto her too much. Something like that. Lenore. Quoth the Raven nevermore. Because we had the Raven reference earlier. And I just realized that's Lenore. We're quite hotheads, you, me, my sis. You're supposed to be the mature one, you know. Play your role correctly. But why didn't you come back, Jill? Did you end up hating us that much? Did the break include us too? No, it's just that... Remember when your sister was giving a class and you broke a window? How you didn't want to see her for fear of being scolded? My sister wouldn't have scolded you. But I was afraid. That afraid. Couldn't bring myself to face you. Your sister. But I faced her back then when I was like 7 at the time. Why couldn't you do it? It's not quite the same. And in perspective, no matter what reason I came up with, it will never make sense. Everything sounds very stupid when I look back, you know. Not that it makes things easier. I'll never get to speak with her ever again, and it feels bad because it's stupid. I swear you and my sister were meant for one another. You both moved on after all that, but neither had the courage to go back and say you're sorry. And like I said, berating myself over these past mistakes won't bring her back. Miss her so much, though. We were together all the time, always talking about dumb stuff. Wouldn't call my parents useless, but she was the one I could always talk to. I feel her absence every day. Everything is just so quiet now. She was an amazing person. Yeah, she was an amazing person. Mourning is fine as all, but we should be celebrating her life. If she was here, she would tell us that there's no fun in sulking for so long. She told you that all the time. The same way she told you to stop rubbing things in people's faces. Both figurative and literal. Hey, I was 8 back then. So let's have a toast in her honor, shall we? A toast? Yeah, let me get you a drink. A drink? Don't worry, trust me. Something sweet. Sugar Rush? That's the go-to. Grab this for a sec. Okay. Lenore, I know you're watching from the beyond right now. As I give a drink to your little sister. It's obvious to me now that we both meant to make amends at some point, but we never got around to it. Can't apologize to you anymore, but I can at the very least make you rest easier. So, know that I'll look out for Gabby in your absence. I'll make sure Gabby grows into a fine woman, just like you were. I'll always be there for her. I'll be sure this little brat doesn't face the same problem you and I had. Want to add anything? I'll always miss her. Don't say it to me, say it to her. That's a bit. Come on, just one time. Always miss you, sis. Sis, you idiot. Why'd you keep that secret for so long, idiot? I always told you everything. Wasn't I enough, you idiotic idiot? Hey, Jill, promise me you won't be like that knucklehead. That you won't keep stuff like that to yourself. Only if you promise the same to me. And promise me we won't fight. I can't do that. You're gonna fight sometimes. That's stupid to say you'll never fight. You'll never have problems. Because you will. You and I are both too thick-headed. Sooner or later, we'll clash on some opinion. Yep. But what I can promise is that I won't run away like last time. Yeah, exactly. We'll both cool off, talk it over like the adults we are. I'm not an adult. Let's face it. You've been more mature than I have. Hey, did you mean what you said? That you'll look after me? I'll always be here for you, Gabby. I mean, I'm not Lenore, but I wouldn't dare leave my little sister alone. Hey, wasn't this a toast? Right. For Lenore, a faithful sister and girlfriend. Cheers. So, about this drink. Can I drink it? Do you like it? Take a sip. It's not bad. Why not drink it then? You're with an adult. Might as well break the alcohol taboo here and now. Right. It's not alcoholic, though. Now that I think back to it, didn't your sister give you a beer once as a prank? Oh yeah, that. It was April Fool's. She should have known better when she offered me apple soda. I put bubblegum on the soles of all her shoes in retaliation. She walked funny and my jaw hurt for the rest of the day. Yeah, but did you know you got my drink that time? She gave me a beer and it turned out to be apple soda. Oh. Did you get back at her? Well, did hide all the dildos in the house at you. Only to find out she knew how to use you. As a follow-up, she used that same cucumber in a salad days later. Ew. She said, "Do you like eating me from ew, ew, ew? Girls are gross. Ew." I'll tell you when you're older, or never at all. Hey, Gabby, do your parents know you're here? They're thinking about Claire's actually. Who? Oh, she's my best friend at school. Miss Claire knows you're using her as an excuse, right? Of course. How would she cover for me otherwise? True. Will you go to her house afterwards? To be honest, I didn't think that far. Maybe I will. I do live in another district, but Claire doesn't live close by, so... Well, it can't be helped. I live nearby, and streets aren't exactly safe at night. Why not stay with me tonight? Are you sure? I don't live in a mansion, but I'd say it's comfy enough. At least to spend the night. Sure, I'd love to stay with you. Great. Hey, does your dad still have that bakery? The bread was really good. Yep, he opened a second branch last year. So he's looking to expand? I think he got into a partnership with a friend in Motor District. I saw an opportunity after realizing Motor District has almost no bakeries. I still remember when your sister introduced me to him. He started shouting, "I knew it! I fucking knew you were a lesbian! Mark one for daddy!" I think he still has this bet with an acquaintance of his ever since my sis was 12 years or so. 12 years old or so. Dad says sis was into girls, the acquaintance didn't believe him. He bet a beer on whether he was right or not. My beer bottle's still in the fridge, even labeled Sweet Victory. Nice. So your mom and Lenore never made up, did they? I guess that one wasn't as simple as the said one too many things argument. Mom was always obsessed with high society, and in her circle of friends, a lesbian daughter was a no-no. I'm still on my sister's side for that one, though. Mom didn't reject her because she herself was homophobic. She did it because her friends were. Well, that's just as bad. To Mom, the opinion of her circle of friends was worth more than her own daughter. How did she react to her death? Dunno. Mom and Dad broke up 2 years ago. They did. They never got married, so there was no proper divorce. Haven't seen her since August, I think. Did you two fight too? No, she just hasn't showed up. Must have felt alone, huh? I've been there. A bit, but I'm not alone anymore, thanks to you. But there's gonna be a party here. Party? A small New celebration. Wanna stay for it? I don't want a kid to be a burden. I don't want a kid to burden. Don't worry, you won't. You'll only get cola for the night though, no alcohol. It'll give us time to catch up even more. I can introduce you to some friends. Are you in? If you don't mind me. Great. Yeah, I'm gonna come in here. Someone I want to introduce you to. Oh, I guess this is like near the end, huh? I was playing sappy music. It's like getting to me. It's making me tear up a little bit. Oh, is that the end? I mean, that's where I assumed the end was going to be, but... I like that. Yeah, who all was, I like how it's just like two names. Fernando Damas and Christopher Ortiz. Probably mispronouncing those names. That's cool. I don't. Okay. Yeah, man. I see why people like this game a lot. Apparently, getting evicted from your apartment doesn't really mean anything. But actually, I didn't get like an achievement or anything. I guess for a good ending. Oops. Yeah, but yeah, it looks like it might be like a family thing because I see Chris Ortiz and Andrea Ortiz. I mean, I don't know if that's like a sibling or a spouse or whatever, but special thanks to Itch.io. Thank you for all the support. This is for you. Yeah, I don't know, like I would say I was afraid the game was going to get like depressing at the end and something like super bad was going to happen. I'm sure there's like a bad ending. I think that's even like an achievement. Made in Game Maker Studio by Yo-Yo Games. Made in Ren'Py? Oh, I've heard of Ren'Py. I actually had one of those. Whatever it was, it like Doki Doki Literature Club was made with. I think that was Ren'Py because it's like Python, right? Yeah, that's programming language. It's not Ren'Py, it's Ren'Py. I was tempted to play around with it just because I heard it was easy, and I like to mess around with things. But that's interesting that it was made with that. It kind of explains some things, honestly, like why there's like no big. Did I have fun? Yes, I did. Are you going to take me to the Play Store and say, if you liked our game, please give it a 3. Yep, I also got to meet a cat boomer. Why did your boss hug you though? Oh, it's Jill and she's that kind of person. Oh, it's sleep. You were dozing off back there. Jill and I already forgot her name. Good night, Jill. That's what she sounds like. Is it Claire? I'll play some more tomorrow. Good night. Play what? Not this game. Oh, it's 2016. Because it said 2069 all the other times. Because it was a joke, and now it's 2016. I'm waiting to see if anything else happens. Yeah, very good game. I think now I will recommend it to people. Is this one of those things where I have to like close it? Oh no, there it goes. Oh, we're into another day. Okay. I mean, I think I'd be evicted. They're pretty ruthless. They don't even allow you to skip 1 month. It was 2 months late already, actually. Oh. Jill. At least it wasn't because he spent too much money on useless stuff, right? Right? About that. Forget it. I don't want to hear. Let's go to sleep. Tomorrow you'll regroup and think what to do next. Yeah. Thanks for letting me stay here, by the way. Well, your bed's huge. Queen size, considering I lived with a guy for at least 4 years. Can get lonely, but also really comfortable, just like single life, I guess. Hope you don't mind sleeping with me, but there's not enough space for the futon in here. I haven't slept in a mattress in over 2 years now. That could be good for your back. Bad for my morale. Anyways, good night. Nighty night. Apparently this is the bad ending. Having her hug me certainly doesn't help. I don't want to wake her up either. She looks so comfortable right now. I wonder if boss would have let me crash in her place. Well, let's just try to sleep a bit and... I mean, I don't think that necessarily changes anything. I'll sleep with my face. You can now save heart data. Loading heart data from the title screen will let you start over from day 1 while keeping your items and money. Okay, so maybe I'll do that at some point. I'll probably just like look up what the good ending is. I like unless there's like, is there any new content in good ending? There's 6 possible endings according to the wiki. Interesting that there's 6. Apparently just like serving different drinks. I'm reading what it is. I mean, I'm not going to go back and do all on stream. If I'm going to do that, it's going to be at my own time. Apparently there's a... It's what you just like end up with like different people at the end, and that's what it is. I mean, this thing I'm reading doesn't tell you what they are. I mean, it's an ending, so like, why would more stuff happen? Oh, here we go. While the good ending, you can unlock more scenes if you meet the requirements during the playthrough. Okay. Well, whatever. It's something to look at another time. I'm just like sitting here reading about it now. But yeah, like I said, it's a very good game. I like it. I'm gonna switch over here to done mode. Like I said, very good game. I liked. I wouldn't say it's like a very big story game. I wouldn't say there's like a ton to most of the characters. It's just like we see them at very specific points in their lives, which is interesting because a lot of these games were like there with the characters as a bunch of stuff happens. We just see them at specific points, and like I said, there's some very good conversation points that popped up. I'm glad this game brings them up. It was interesting to think about them every now and then, discuss them shortly, briefly. But yeah, it's a good game. I didn't end up hating any of the characters. I really don't feel like the bad ending was really all that bad, to be honest. Not that it was a terrible thing. Apparently, I'm looking at the achievement list now too. It tells me that only 13% of people have the bad ending, but does that mean more people got the good ending? Is there anything that even says good ending? Nope, I don't see it. Oh no, yeah, more people got the good ending than the bad ending. So, I mean, as far as achievements go, that's good, but I don't feel upset about it. We'll just have the be the bad ending player. I guess I do feel a little bit bad about it because I don't know. I wanted the good ending, but I don't really particularly know. I didn't know there was going to be a big giant bill at the end of the game. If I'd known that, I probably would have played it different. But you know, I didn't look up anything. I can go back later and I can like I said, I'll play it on my own. And if you want to get the good ending, hey, play. You can play the game yourself. How much is it right now? Let me see. On Steam, the game is. It doesn't tell me. Oh yeah, it does. $15. I'm sure it'll go on sale at some point. I don't know why I have the game. I think somebody gave it to me. Can you like view your history? Well, whatever. Like I said, I regardless of whatever happens with the game, it's very good. I enjoyed it. Again, I think we lucked out. I lucked out about it being a vaguely Christmas game. Oh yeah, I see here now. We got 31% of the people who played this game have gotten to the very end, according to this. That's what I always say about achievements. Like you can look at them and like sometimes it's like beat the first level of the game only has like 50% of the people who played the game actually get the achievement, which I think is interesting. But yeah, I'm really not sure what to say about the game. Like we've gone over it. Just a nice story. It's got some ups and downs. It's got some interesting bits and bobs. Like pretty much every single character, even the shitbags. You know, I didn't care for Donovan D. Dawson or whatever his name is, because he's a sleazebag, kind of an asshole. But I mean, I enjoyed the character at the very least. Might not like him, but I enjoyed the character being in the game. If everybody was a likable character, it would certainly not be as interesting, I believe. So yeah, overall good game. I'm happy to have played it. I still kind of want to draw Jill at one point, maybe like on stream, but I probably won't do that. I don't know if I have like nothing better to do. Maybe one day I'll do it. My drawing is like terrible, and it's like insane the way that I do stuff. And I don't mean like I just mean like I feel like the way that I do things, it's just weird. But yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and cut it off there, since I'm just kind of sitting here trying to think of what to say about the game. Even though it basically boils down to I really like the game. I will have a yeah, here in like a couple weeks we'll have like a recap stream, and I'll probably have more thoughts about the game then. But yeah, I feel like it's probably one of my favorite games that I've played this year so far. I don't know if that's necessarily true. Give me a couple days, it might not be, but it's definitely like top 10. I have to like remember what games I played. I was keeping a list at one point. I don't remember. I don't remember what's on there, which is why you make a list. I think I meant to say I don't remember if I wrote down everything on there. But oh well. Anyway. So yeah, we will be back on Friday. I might try changing the stream schedule up a little bit. I might start actually doing it on Thursdays. I do like Thursday, Friday, Saturday is like stream stuff, and get rid of Sunday. But I don't know, because I feel like having the day off in the middle, like Saturday off, is kind of weird. But I like having Saturday off because that's when like things happen sometimes. But I mean, if something happens on Saturday, I can just like not stream. I can just let you guys know that it's not going to happen. I can like do it on Sunday if that's the case. But oh well. Still trying to figure out the whole stream thing. Hope you enjoyed the game. Hope you've watched all the others, or at least played the game, because it's a good game. I'm going to say that like 5 more times. It's a good game. I'm going to swap over now. I'm going to close the game. And we'll get our actual outro music going on here, which is the same as the intro music. I need like a better... I need like an outro theme song and like an intro theme song. And maybe a better like... splash screen, because it's the same for start and end. Maybe that's what I should draw sometime. I should draw like a better... Actually, that's something to talk about later too. But yes, I'm out of here. Enjoy this game. Probably still gonna be thinking about it for a while. And again, I may just go back and try to get the good ending, or try to get some of these other endings that I've seen. Apparently, there's 6 of them, and I don't think there's any way I would be able to get all of them. But whatever. Enjoyed it. That's it. Bye.